The scene shifts back to Jang Yi as his chopper descends at the airport. Gazing outside, he notices a heavy military presence securing the area. The sight immediately confirms his suspicion. The city is in complete lockdown. Their weapon of mass destruction had failed against the Eclipse group, and the aftermath was evident. He also realizes that Dang perished in the battle. A pity, he thinks, as he had genuinely liked that person. As both choppers land, soldiers cautiously approach them. Stepping out, Jang Yi and his companion are greeted by their commanding officer, who commends them for their victory over the enemy. Turning to Jang Yi, he specifically acknowledges his exceptional performance, highlighting how he single-handedly eliminated 4 Eclipse members and safeguarded the dignity of the Jiangnan region, along with the entire Huashu nation. As the officer speaks, another soldier approaches, holding something in his hands. He hands it over to his superior, who then presents it to Jang Yi and his team. A point card, a reward for their bravery in battle. With this, they can redeem various supplies from Blizzard City and headquarters. He further explains that their efforts earned them a total of 420 million points, a value comparable to the pre-apocalypse currency. Jang Yi examines the card and asks if it can be used to purchase anything. The officer clarifies that while most materials are available for exchange, certain restricted items, like weapons and cutting-edge technology, require special permission. However, given Jang Yi's achievements, his high-level point card grants him access to a corresponding materials warehouse, allowing him to obtain most resources. After the explanation, the officer informs them of an order from the higher-ups. They are not permitted to leave the designated area for the time being. Any actions they wish to take must receive prior approval. Jang Yi immediately understands the devastating loss in this battle has shaken Blizzard City's leadership. The top brass now seeks to contain the situation, ensuring that those involved in the battle remain isolated from the public to prevent news of the defeat from spreading. After weighing his options, Jang Yi agrees to comply. However, he reassures himself that if necessary, he can always use his space ability to escape or reach any destination undetected. With that thought, he follows the officer. After a brief journey by car, they arrive at their destination, a massive villa. As they step out, the officer informs them that this will be their temporary residence. If they require anything, they may contact the station soldiers. With that, he wishes them well and departs. As they walk toward the villa, Jang Yi observes the heavy military presence surrounding the area, causing him to wonder if the situation is even worse than he initially suspected. Once inside, Liang Yu turns to him, frustration evident in her voice. She questions why they are under house arrest despite their service to the region. Jang Yi calmly explains that the defeat has likely intensified Blizzard City's internal power struggles, though he isn't entirely certain. Still, as long as their lives aren't at risk, he isn't too concerned. His priority remains their safety. He speculates that the leaders may even want to appoint him as the new team captain, but he has no interest in that role. It's too much responsibility, and he isn't willing to take charge of others' lives. As their conversation continues, Liang Yu suggests he call home to reassure his people. She then raises a pressing concern. If the Eclipse group fled Jiangnan City, could they be heading toward Tianhai City? If so, the city's current defenses wouldn't be enough to stop them. Realizing the urgency, Jang Yi immediately dials Xin. When she picks up, she anxiously asks how he's doing and when he'll return. She explains that everyone was terrified upon hearing Blizzard City deployed a weapon of mass destruction. The blast even caused a temporary malfunction of electronic equipment in their city, making system recovery a frustrating ordeal. Hearing this, Jang Yi chuckles and reassures her that they are safe. He then inquires about the current situation in Tianhai City. Xin informs him that apart from the temporary equipment failure, nothing unusual has happened. Jang Yi then lowers his voice, warning her that what he is about to say must remain confidential. He explains the reality. Blizzard City's assault on the Eclipse group failed, resulting in heavy casualties. Given Tianhai City's proximity to Jiangnan City, there is a possibility the Eclipse group might seek refuge there. He instructs her to keep everyone inside the shelter for now and to remain on high alert. If she notices anything suspicious, she must contact him immediately and take cover in the basement. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Xin assures him that she will follow his instructions. She then mentions something intriguing. She has been researching the Eclipse group and has uncovered something valuable. Once she completes her analysis, she will send him the intel. Jang Yi, intrigued, asks how she managed to obtain information that even the Jiangnan region struggled to uncover. With a hint of pride, she claims that while Jiangnan's programmers may have access to the most advanced equipment, their skills don't compare to hers. Jang Yi chuckles, fully agreeing with her assessment. However, he reminds her to prioritize her safety and remain prepared for any situation. Before ending the call, Xin hesitates, then asks if she was the only person he contacted about this matter. Jang Yi confirms that she is the first. Hearing that, she feels a surge of happiness, knowing how much he trusts and cares for her. She promises not to be a burden and vows to do everything she can to support him. Jang Yi assures her that she was never a burden. In fact, she is the most important person in his life and has always been a great help to him. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Xin thanks him for his faith in her and informs him that she has other tasks to attend to. After exchanging goodbyes, she sets off with a determined expression. As she walks, a thought lingers in her mind. She must not hold him back. Eventually, she arrives at her destination, where Shoker awaits. Looking at her, Xin firmly declares that it's time to begin